Cardinal Donald Wuerl of Washington is denying allegations he covered up for his predecessor, Theodore McCarrick, and he defends his actions as Bishop of Pittsburgh, saying the Pennsylvania grand jury investigation is flawed. The Archdiocese of Washington released a statement today saying the Cardinal never received information from the Holy See about McCarrick's behavior or about sanctioning him to a life of prayer and penance. Correspondent Wyatt Goolsby has reaction to this piece of the story from outside of St. Matthew's Cathedral in Washington. Good evening, Wyatt.
Good evening, Lauren. Many of the faithful are upset after the latest accusation against their shepherd, Cardinal Donald Wuerl. He's already being questioned about what he knew and when as Archbishop of Washington and before as Bishop of Pittsburgh. Some longtime parishioners are frustrated.
I remember sitting there with my fist clenched, sort of, kind of shaking my head saying this is all wrong.
Craig Montesano says he and his family aren't sure if they still want to attend Mass here at the Cathedral of St. Matthew. Montesano has been coming here for over 10 years and even serves as a lector.
He was saying we when, he really failed to take any personal culpability for the problem. So it was sort of he was setting it up or framing it as joint liability rather than saying, no, this was my problem. This is the problem of my own making.
Wuerl was presiding over a Mass for healing to pray for the church in the wake of the clergy's sex abuse crisis. He did not cite the specific allegations, speaking more generally about the need for prayer and asking for God's grace.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Over the weekend, some Catholic groups called for Cardinal Wuerl's resignation and for wider accountability among bishops. In his letter, Archbishop Vigano called Wuerl a liar, saying he spoke to Wuerl several times about McCarrick, warning him not to allow McCarrick to live close to seminarians. A few American bishops are responding to the allegations. Bishop Joseph Strickland of Tyler, Texas says, quote, "Let us be clear that they are still allegations, but as your shepherd, I find them to be credible. Using this standard, the response must be a thorough investigation similar to those conducted any time allegations are deemed to be credible." And Bishop David Conderla of Tulsa, Oklahoma writes, "The allegations he details mark a good place to begin the investigations that must happen in order for us to restore holiness and accountability to the leadership of the church." Cardinal Wuerl's spokesperson says he won't step down. Another cardinal named in the letter, Blaise Cupich of Chicago, is also disputing Archbishop Vigano's allegations against him. Cupich denies claims that Theodore McCarrick is the person responsible for elevating him to the Archbishop of Chicago. Lauren?
Correspondent Wyatt Goolsby reporting from outside of the Cathedral of St. Matthew.